And in 3, 2, 1. A very pleasant good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. We are at Northwest High School, where tonight the Grizzlies will take on the Falcons of Heights High, the number 1 ranked team in 5A in Kansas. Comes to the building tonight to take on your Grizzlies. We welcome you aboard. We're giving you this is obviously not the boys' game. We're going to give you a little bit of bonus coverage here. This is the girls' game, and it's a barn burner. It's 57-56 Heights. The Grizzlies have the ball. 2:23 remaining here in the fourth quarter. So we're going to keep it here. We're going to let you see the end of the girls' game here before we start our countdown to tip-off show. And we have an injured player down for Northwest. We'll see if we can find out who that is for you. She's not a happy camper. And she's not on the roster, so I can't... you know who that is? Oh, no wonder I can't find it. That's Ashley Cordell, number 35, a 5'8" senior guard. She's going to come out, and she'll be substituted for by J.C. Corcoran. Glad to have you on board. My name is Kevin Arkin, joined by Andrew Fisher, who's doing double duty as our broadcast engineer tonight, and he's wearing a headset. And we're also joined by Greg Darnell, who's on camera tonight. And if you saw if you watched the game either live or on the podcast from Capon over the weekend, these two guys did a fabulous job putting those pictures and sounds on for you, and we expect just as much of it tonight. So, should be a great evening for basketball here at Northwest. There's already a big crowd in the building. The band is playing, and it's high school basketball time. We're at home, where the boys are winless so far this year. They're 0-2 in this building, when having won gotten both of their wins on the road in the Holy War this past weekend at Bishop Carroll first, and then at Capon Mount Carmel. Glad to have you on board. We're going to be doing a little bit of experimenting here tonight, so bear with us. We're going to try our coach's interview with head coach Brian Chadwick. We were not able to connect in person since Saturday night, mainly because of my schedule. It's certainly nothing he's done. My schedule just would not permit us to get together, so we did ours by phone earlier today. And we're going to be playing that. We're going to be playing that interview for you while showing you some highlights of the Capon game. So I think you'll find it. Hopefully you'll find it interesting as well as entertaining. Falcons still lead by 1 here with 1.5 minutes to go in the girls' contest, and it looks like we've got a timeout being taken here by Northwest. Each team with 2 timeouts remaining. Glad to have you on board wherever you are on planet Earth. For this one, the girls' game running a little bit over and cutting into the boys' allotment on the air, but we've got plenty of time tonight to cover the entire game for you here at Wichita Northwest High School. Heights will inbound the ball. And up it goes. She draws a foul. Fouling her is number 12, Janae Arnold. And both teams are now in the double bonus for the balance of this one. And the first one is good. Second one coming. And that one rims in and out. Nice rebound there by Arnold. And here come the Grizzlies back with a chance to tie or take the lead. If you just joined us expecting the boys game, you're getting some bonus coverage here with the girls. Up and good. We're tied at 58. A close game here between the two girls' teams. Heights with the ball, bringing it down. Less than a minute to go now. And a steal. Nice job picking the pocket that time. Heights coming down 2-on-2, puts the ball up and scores. 38 seconds to go. A timeout has been called here by Heights. We'll keep it right here. And as I mentioned on Saturday, if you watched the game either live or on the podcast on Saturday, this is the classroom for these guys. Both Andrew and Greg are freshmen here at Northwest, and they're learning a lot. I got to believe they learned a lot on Saturday night. And Andrew's already over here whizzing on this computer like there's nobody's business. So we're going to show them a couple of new things here tonight. And we'll probably be doing that on the fly, so you'll have to bear with us. I think I can set this up so that, like for the PSA spots for commercial breaks, I've got a bunch of them. They're all in one folder, and you can only put one up at a time. Otherwise, it'll run through all of them. I told you that the other night, but I can show you where that folder is so that you can go in there and pull them over. Like we run one, you remove it, you go pull another one over, and it's ready to launch at the next break. Okay, so we don't have to show the same one or two all night long. And folks, on the subject of our allotted commercial breaks during the broadcast, here's an opportunity for you to contribute to the Grizzly basketball program. There are advertising opportunities available on these webcasts, and we can make it very attractive for you. All the proceeds of your advertising, all of them, go toward the basketball program. The equipment is pretty much taken care of. If we have to replace something, of course we would, but for the most part, we are set equipment-wise, so all of the revenue generated from advertising will go to the benefit of the basketball program, and and the varsity, JV, and C team levels will all benefit from that. So we have someone excited about what we're doing here. 60-58, Heights leads. Then they just got the ball back. And they're going to drive it down the length of the court, looks like. And we have a travel? No, a foul. Thought maybe she traveled first, but she got fouled, then stumbled. So she'll go to the line shooting two here. That foul's on Sierra Davis. And again, You can help us out. You can help these kids out by advertising on the webcast. For more information, you can contact me at 316-734-0057 or email me at redcard, that's REDCARD, redcard@cox.net. Northwest is just taking a full time out here. And nope, all the timeouts are gone. I would love to visit with you and have the opportunity to talk to you about some commercial opportunities. If you have commercials already in the can, we'd be happy to use them. If you don't, we can make them for you. We've had some very good success in the past putting commercial spots together for our clients, and we would like to help you, help yourselves, help your business, and help these kids all at the same time. $60 to 58, 23 seconds to go. Andrew, who is this guy? This gentleman here?
Mr. Martin.
Mr.
Martin.
Martin? What, is he a teacher or a
security guard?
Huh?
Security guard.
Okay. All right. Well, we have plenty of security. Kind of important. Okay, here come the Grizzlies with a chance to tie or win, depending on which way they go for it. 10 seconds to go. Into the paint. Ball goes up, and it's good. And we're tied at 60. And we're going to go to overtime. You're really getting some bonus coverage now, folks. Overtime for the girls. And I think that there is a fifth period. Overtime. Yeah. So, you okay?
Yeah.
Okay, I had this problem the other night, and I even asked my wife, so I'm going to ask you, Andrew. They're playing your fight song, correct? What is it? What's it from? Somebody else is using this fight song. Some college team is uses that fight song. And for the life of me, my wife agrees. She says, it's a college team. I just don't know who it is. I don't know who it is either. So, folks, if you out there are watching and you know the answer to that question, text it to me at 316-734-0057 so I don't look like I feel like a complete fool.
What the fight song is?
What's the fight song from? Do you know, Greg? No. Well, none of the crew knows.
Might be able to Shazam it.
Well, I don't know how you're going to be. If you don't know what it is, I don't know how you're going to find it. I mean, a lot of the high schools in Wichita use fight songs from colleges as their fight songs. You know, Carroll uses the Notre Dame song. Capon uses the Caissons Go Rolling Along, with different words, of course. Okay, we're in overtime. We're going to give this to you here. I'm going to do this. I have no rosters until a minute ago, so here we go. Heights wins the tip, and we'll drive down on the perimeter with it. A long one up, off the wall, no good. Rebound to Heights, and now we have a jump ball call. And the possession arrow points in the way of the Grizzlies, so we'll send it down toward us. And it's 7:30, and I know if it's 7:30 and you're tuning in here expecting to see the boys' game, you will. The girls are in overtime, 3:20 to go to be exact, in overtime against the Falcons. So we're going to give you some bonus coverage tonight and show you the latter portions of the girls' game. Grizzlies bring it down. That's Garrett with it. She dishes it off into the corner. A long one by Corcoran. Bounces off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Heights, and here's a breakaway. Easy lay-in, and it's 62 all again. Tied one more time. The Grizzlies and the Falcons. Ball under the basket. And a held ball call. This will belong to the Falcons on the alternating possession rule. This may be a little bit taxing here. I almost lost my voice at Capon on Saturday. A lot of excitement in that game, folks. One of the better basketball games I've seen at the high school level here in Wichita. And I feel honored to have been able to bring it to you. Heights with the ball. Into the paint. Ball goes up, over, no good. Rebound that time by Arnold. And Dejanay Arnold gets the ball back for the Grizzlies. Garrett has it now. Over here on the near side to Schumeyer. Long three, off the rim, no good. Here comes Heights back with it. Wow, nice block that time. That went so fast I missed who did that. Who got that block?
Arnold.
Arnold gets the block for the Grizzlies. It stays tied at 2. 1:35 remaining here in the overtime period. And a shot by Garrett and a foul. Garrett will go to the line to shoot 2. Again, we're in the double bonus the rest of the way here tonight. The foul numbers carry over past the end of the game. They just continue as if it's still the second half. Garrett's first one is up and short. A little disgusted look on her face there, but she still has an opportunity to give the Grizzlies the lead here with 1:21 remaining in overtime. Second one's up and good. 63-62 Northwest. Here comes Heights back with it. A layup, and it's in. 64-63 Heights now. That lead did not last very long. Garrett brings it up for Northwest. Northwest in white. And there we have a steal by Heights. I was kind of looking for a call. It never came. And an easy basket, and all of a sudden, Grizzlies are down by 3. They're going to work they put up a long 3. Off the rim, no good. 28 seconds to go now. They need to get a stop. Here's a breakaway by Heights. Nice save. It goes right to Northwest. Here comes Jayla Dennis with it on the far side. They need a 3 to tie. And we have a timeout taken by Northwest. Each team gets one timeout in overtime. So they take it. Northwest will have the ball. 15.8 seconds remaining here in overtime, and they trail by 3. Actually, it's a pretty high-scoring game anyway. Both teams in the 60s. Generally, at high school, at the girls' level, they don't score that many. I expect a high-scoring boys game tonight as well, with the number 1 team in 5A in the building. Hope you're enjoying what you see. Well, we don't have a halftime guest for our halftime of the boys' game tonight, so I'm actually looking around the building looking for somebody to grab. 12 seconds to go. There's a three. It's in and out. No good. Rebound by Heights. This may do it. And the layup misses. 1 second, and that's all. Final score of the girls' game, 66-63. Heights wins it. But a nice effort by your Grizzlies tonight. On the girls' side, where we expect the boys will do the same. I think my halftime guest just walked in.
It's really very good. I'm gonna count it off.
66-63. The girls drop one here. 2 Heights. The boys will try and salvage the nightcap. You can go ahead and run the clock. There you go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you at long last to the Countdown to Kickoff show here at Northwest High, our first webcast here tonight, this year from Northwest, from the friendly confines of Northwest High. And this is our second webcast of the season. Plenty more to come, and it is, however, our last webcast of the year, so to speak, in that this is our last webcast in 2017. This is their last game for the year. They will not play another game until January 2nd, and we're webcasting that one. And if I can find my schedule, I'll tell you who we're playing. I can't figure out where it is right here. We will be home on January 2nd, taking on the East High Blue Aces at 7:15 for the Countdown and Tip-Off show, followed by the game at 7:30. That'll be on January 2nd. But we have a little bit of business to take care of here tonight first. One of the things that is going to happen between now and January 2nd, right now, if you're watching this, you accessed it from Facebook. There is going to be an actual web page that has the schedule on it. It'll be linked from Facebook, and it'll be linked from the Grizzlies, the coaches' web Facebook page as well. But we're going to build our own website that has the schedule, and it'll have all of the links on there as well. So you can just go to one place and find the games, find the schedule, get your links. Okay, that's coming up. We're joined by Andrew Fisher tonight. He's got a headset on, and we got a little while to go yet. We're gonna do that. That's 9 minutes.
Okay.
So actually, it's only 7.5 minutes. So we'll start it with 10 minutes to go. Okay. So for 7 minutes, you and I are going to visit. Okay. Tell me what it's like wearing a headset.
Fun. Yeah. I enjoy it.
Now you have to keep in mind that what you say is being heard around the world with a potential audience of 7 billion people. Okay? So the two things you have to remember is no short answers. Okay? Expound on your answer. And I don't know how to say this. Just be assertive. Be assertive. It's real easy to get real timid putting a headset on, and I'll tell you the same thing I've told everybody else. If you have a comfort level problem, I don't have a problem with that. Okay, not everybody is comfortable wearing the headset. Caleb Blaine
Yes.
wore it for soccer. He did okay. He learned very quickly. He learned a lot of things in that very quickly. One of the things that he learned, because I gave him, we had a lot of commercials for soccer. Soccer program has a lot of sponsors, and we gave him a lot of love during the season, and all those commercials were scripted out. They were all what they're called live reads, and you just simply read it off a page. If I had one of them with me, I'd show it to you. And for one game, I think it was the game in Manhattan, I had him read. I gave him the job of reading the commercials, and he learned very quickly that if you read, whatever you're reading, you have to read it ahead of time. Don't read it for the first time when you're reading it over the air, because you'll trip over yourself a lot, and which he did. But that's what he learned, and I wasn't trying to pick on him when he did that. Just saw that. There we go. So as we go through tonight, okay, somebody makes a play. The color commentary would come after the completion of the play. So when a basket is scored, if you wanted to, let's say, that's his 12th point of the night or something like that, that would be the time to do that, okay?
Yes.
And then you go back and forth. And if there's some time, you've got something you want to say and I'm talking, okay? If you just do that, I know you want the mic. And I'll get to an end of a sentence and I'll point to you and stop and you go, okay? The people on the other side, because they can't see us, the people on the other side have no idea that we're doing that, okay? Sit back a little bit. Watch this. Okay, we're going to embarrass the crew. You stay right there. How do I switch this? I have to go cut. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here is your broadcast crew tonight. I'm Kevin Arkin. Andrew Fisher here. Greg Darnell standing right behind us. So, guys, you made it onto live television. Aren't you excited?
Yes.
Yeah, he's pretty
bucket
excited.
list.
Yeah. So that's how you know it works. So we actually do have two cameras, but we'll never use this one because I don't like to be on camera much. Okay, I want to be behind the camera. But there we are, and then if we want to go back and switch it back to the action, we just click on that and hit cut again. It cuts from one to the other. Okay. Kind of like when you put in the clips and put in the commercials where you hit cut. Same deal. So now this one, they can't see this, but this side here. This is all preview mode that will actually support 4 cameras. We only have 2, one of which is in the computer. And you can support 2 different audio. Oh my goodness! Look who's here. How are you?
Should I come?
Pull up a chair. Oh. I have an old, What about Jalen Smith?
My friend's nephew.
Oh, really?
That's why I'm here.
Really? We just got joined by, and I'm going to take my headset off so we can both talk. Laura Lujano, who you may have seen at the end of the game the other night at Capon, has just sat down. So my first question is, what are you doing here?
I'm watching Jalen Smith, my really good buddy. It's his nephew, so I'm super excited to watch these 2 teams face off. We're ready for some Tuesday night football. Or basketball.
Yeah,
It's basketball.
Basketball.
It's winter, sorry.
That's exactly right. Were you here for the end of the girls' game?
I was not. Actually, I saw it go down to 0, 66-63 Heights. Was that right? Yeah. Was it a good game?
Good game. It was close.
Good.
The entire second half was real close. They just didn't have enough metal at the end to get it done.
That Heights team has always been a struggle. I remember playing them in high school, and that full court press was so hard to break. It was insane. It looks like they're still doing it, so that's,
For those of you who did not see the game on Saturday or have not yet seen the podcast, Laurel Uhano is an old friend. She's a former Capon student, former soccer player for Alan Shepard and at Capon, and is now an assistant girls soccer coach at Capon, among coaching some other teams. So you're pretty busy.
Yes, very, very busy. I like to stay busy. It keeps me out of trouble.
Are you still playing?
I am. I'll play with my girls, and then I'll also go to Sports Zone every Sunday. I play with some indoor teams. And then WSU just started their women's club this year, so I got to help out with that, and I'm super excited for it to go off in the spring.
I did not know that Wichita State had done that. Are you playing or coaching for them?
I'm playing for them. So we just started our first semester with the fall, kind of just getting more recruits, seeing who's willing to play and make the commitment. And next spring, we've got a couple of scrimmages lined up, and we'll actually go to K-State for one of the tournaments there. So I'm super excited about that.
Super. Hang on 1 second here. We're going to do a little bit of. We got to do a little bit of homework here. Okay, you need to get the clip up, and I'm gonna time it so that at 10 minutes we're gonna switch. Okay.
Okay.
So it's almost time for the pregame show. You know. So it's great to have you here, though. Great to see you again. Twice in 3 days. I haven't seen you in 2 years.
And then in 1 week, we get to see each other. It's awesome. I love it.
It is awesome. It's good. It's good stuff. Well, thanks for stopping by, and always you're always welcome. You know that, don't
Thanks
you?
for having me, sir.
Oh, you bet. We're going to send it over here to the countdown for to tip off pregame interview with our head coach here after this quick commercial timeout. So stay with us. This is Wichita Northwest Grizzlies boys basketball.
This is the Northwest Grizzlies basketball pregame show. A look at past contests and a preview of today's game with head boys basketball coach Brian Chadwick. And now, here's the coach.
And the countdown to tip-off continues with the coach's pregame show, and we're joined by head coach Brian Chadwick. We've got Coach Chadwick on the phone here for this, and Coach, welcome.
Hey, thank you, Kevin. Really appreciate it.
Well, let's start out by saying congratulations to you and to the squad for your sweep of the Holy War this weekend, winning on the road at Bishop Carroll and at Cape and Mount Carmel on back-to-back nights. That was really something.
Yes, it was. Thank you so much. The boys worked hard. They fought hard, and we were really impressed with the fact that they finished the game really strong against Cape, being the fact that they had a really tough game against Carroll the night before.
And to go into overtime, you know, you'd be concerned about, at least I would have been, a little bit concerned about fatigue, having played the night before when Capon did not. But that didn't make a bit of difference. They had as much energy in overtime as they did in the first quarter.
Yes, they did. We were loving it. I know right before overtime got started, the crowd got kind of hyped. And Jalen Smith, as you saw, he got a little hype with him. So we knew we would be okay then.
It was certainly a turnaround, and as people are listening to us, we're overlaying this with some highlights from the game. There's a couple things I want to talk about real quickly, but one was here's a game with two balanced teams. I mean, they are perfectly matched, and it showed because Northwest led by as many as 7 after the third quarter, and in the game they trailed by as many as 6. So it went back and forth throughout the evening.
Yes, it was evenly matched teams, both of them going head-to-head, players making plays, and it was just a great game. It was a great game.
How did you go about defending Capon's leading scorer, Mitchell Woodward, who he led all scorers with 25 points in the game, and he scored 11 of them in a 2-minute span in the second half?
Well, in that span, it really didn't guard him well at all. But we tried to make sure we switched up with Jalen and Reese on him, giving him 2 different looks, different types of people to guard him. And it worked out pretty well for us in the first half. Second half, we just kind of lost him on some screens. And like I said, players make plays, and seniors made some big-time plays. They
certainly did. And we're watching now. The people at home are watching Jameer on the free throw line, getting ready to sink the final point of the game. And as soon as he made that free throw, you called a full timeout. And what I want to point out is only your reaction to the team as they came over for the timeout huddle. You were high-fiving everybody.
Yeah, I really was really happy with Jameer. He didn't really have Jameer Cuff's game. We were just kind of worried about him. And for him to make those free throws were huge. And we're on the road. And being on the road in the City League, to come back, to tie it up, to be ready to play, maybe go to overtime, that was just huge for us.
What did you tell the team during that particular timeout? There's 16 seconds remaining in overtime, and I know you had to be talking defense.
Yeah, we just talked defense and told them we don't want to foul a three-point shooter. We wanted to make sure that we just kept Mitch Woodward in our sights, and we did not want to lose him at all. That was the one we knew they were going to go to.
Well, once again, congratulations on the great win, not only at Capon but at Bishop Carroll the night before. It was a truly spectacular weekend for the Grizzly basketball program, and we can't spend too much time dwelling on it because tonight you go right back at it. You've got Joe Hour's Heights Falcons team coming in for their first contest of the season, and you know it's going to be another barn burner tonight.
Oh, yes, it will, and they're a top-ranked team in 5A. Probably I think the only undefeated team in our league right now. I may be wrong there. I haven't really checked the standings lately. But they're coming off some great wins against West and Capon in the beginning of the year. And then they beat, I can't remember who else they beat recently, but they are playing really tough basketball.
Do you have anything in particular in your game plan for tonight that to attack a team such as the Falcons?
Well, they play the zone, and they've got that zone working really well. They run a couple of different types of zones, so we just have to make sure we share the ball. We have to make sure that we are ready and being very patient in our offense. And then defensively, we have to just be ready for all the length that they have and they can put on the floor. They have a 6'6" freshman who's been doing a lot of really good things lately, and they're quick, and they love to play great. They love to shoot the three, so we have to be ready defensively to guard and defend. And then the ultimate thing is rebounding, and that's the one thing we've been doing the last 2 games is rebounding, and we have to make sure we keep doing that.
Well, hopefully, before our next visit, we'll be able to talk about the 3-2 Northwest Grizzlies after a big win against that powerhouse team from Heights tonight.
Yes, I hope so. I do too.
Coach Brian Chadwick, thanks for the visit. Best of luck to you tonight. I guess I'll finish it off by just asking: anybody hurt?
No, everybody's healthy. Everybody's ready to go. We just can't. We want to get to the game. The boys are anxious.
That's what it's all about. Best of luck to you tonight. We'll look forward to our next visit, which won't be this year because we don't play another game until January after tonight.
Yes. Well, thank you, Kevin, once again for the time and the help. We really appreciate it.
You're more than welcome. Head coach Brian Chadwick on the Coach's pregame show. Stay tuned after this brief timeout. We'll come back with the starting lineups and the play-by-play of tonight's game against the Heights Falcons. This is Wichita Northwest Grizzlies boys basketball.
Just a reminder, kids who participate in high school activities tend to go a little farther than those who don't. Take part. Get set for life.
Wichita Northwest Grizzlies basketball is on the air. Follow your Grizzlies basketball squad on the World Wide Web as they set out in pursuit of another 6A state title. And now, let's go courtside to your host, Kevin Arkin.
Thank you, Todd Taylor, and good evening again, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Northwest High School, where tonight the Grizzlies will host the Falcons of Wichita Heights High School, the number 1 team ranked in 5A this week. So we have a very formidable opponent. Joined by our chief engineer, Greg Darnell, and Andrew Fisher. Andrew, let's talk a little bit about what does this team need to do tonight to beat Heights?
I think what Northwest needs to do tonight is get the box out and try to limit Heights' rebounds.
What about fouling?
They do need to keep their fouling down a bit, maybe try to keep them out the bonus early and not let them get those easy points.
You know, we look at the Heights team. And I'm going to ask Greg if you can swing that over to the Heights team while they're warming up for just a moment. And you look at these guys, they all look taller than us.
Yes. Yeah, that just makes it even more fun because they'll be able to reach over you very easily. So if it walks out, you may be able to draw fouls on them. Reaching over the back.
We're sure glad you joined us, folks. And for those of you who are watching live and did not skip through to this portion of the game, of the broadcast, thanks for hanging in there with us. We gave you a great girls finish as we were able to show you their overtime period and part of the fourth quarter as well. The Grizzlies coming up just a bit short, falling 66-63 to the Heights Falcons. We're awaiting the introduction of the teams and the national anthem here. And as soon as we get that, we're going to turn it over to the PA announcer. I expect that here momentarily. Don't know if how well you're going to be able to hear the names as they're introduced by the PA. We'll review it again very quickly once they get set to play and once the game actually begins. Nice crowd on hand tonight. We got a full house almost for tonight's game.
Tonight's starting lineup for the visiting Heights Falcons and your Northwest Grizzlies. Starting for the Falcons, number 1, 5'10" senior, Curtis Prophet. And for your Northwest Grizzly boys, number 1, 6'1" senior, Jalen Smith. Starting for Heights, number 3, 6'1" senior, Devin Davis. And for your Northwest Grizzly boys, number 3, 6'1" junior, Jameer Cox. Starting for Heights, number 12, 6'1" junior, Isaiah Hales. And for Northwest, number 10, 6' sophomore, Zion Jones. For the Falcons, number 23, 6' senior, Deontay Edwards. And for your Grizzlies, number 14, 6'5" senior, David Dixon. Starting for Heights, number 25, 6'6" freshman, Janair Dempsey. And for your Northwest Grizzly boys, number 23, 6'1" junior, Brees Hall.
Here's the starting lineup for tonight's game, ladies and gentlemen. As we get set to tip it off here. Brian Chadwick, your head coach. Joe Auer, the head coach of the Heights Falcons. Your Grizzlies are in their white home uniforms tonight. The Falcons are wearing red with black numerals. Grizzlies playing from left to right, the opening tip, and we are underway. Hall gets it, sends one over to Smith, puts it up, and bingo, 2 points for Smith. And an early 2-0 lead, or no? Did I miss something?
May have been an offensive foul. Or
No,
travel.
there's no foul on the board. There's no points either.
Kevin Davis, 3 points.
Davis gets a basket. A three-pointer, actually. And it's 3-0, and I guess they did not. They took away the basket from Smith for something. And it's 3-0. Smith feeds one in. Back to Smith, a three-pointer, and boom, we're tied. 3-3 tie, 7:15 remaining, first quarter. Just underway here at Northwest. Heights driving the basket and going up and being fouled is Deontay Edwards. He'll go to the line and shoot a pair. Brees Hall guilty of the infraction. First one rims in and out, no good. And Edwards will have a second chance. He makes the second one. Edwards 1 for 2 from the free throw line, and it's 4-3. And now a turnover. Gives the ball right back to Heights, and we cannot afford a lot of turnovers, Mr. Fisher. And there's a long three, misses. Rebound to Brees Hall, and Hall will bring it up. Over to Smith on the near side. Smith gets around his man, brings it out, sends one over to Jones on the far side. Thought about a three, sends it back out to Smith. We'll do it over again. Brees Hall in the paint, puts it up, no good. And a rebound to Heights, and here come the Falcons back with it. And an easy lay in that time for Dante Edwards. And it's 6-3. Now Brees Hall puts one up, and it's blocked, but a rebound comes to Smith. Smith puts it up for three, and it's good. And Smith has all 6 of the Grizzly points. There's a long three attempt by Devin Davis to no avail. Smith out. Nice job that time, sending it out to Dixon. Jones now with it. Over to Smith again. Brees Hall under the basket, wide open, but he dishes it back to Smith. Smith puts it up for three, and he's got 9. 9-6 Grizzlies, and they're all Jalen Smith. Here's a three attempt, in and good by Hale. Isaiah Hale gets a three-pointer, and we're tied at 9. 5:15 remaining, first quarter. There's a three bomb by Cups. It misses. Rebound, though, by Dixon. Jalen Smith with it. Smith still has all 9, 100% of the points for this team so far in this game, all 9 of them. Smith trying to figure out what he wants to do. Now he sends it over to Cups on the near side. He puts up an air ball, and it's rebounded by Heights, and here come the Falcons back. Here comes another three bomb. That rims out. Rebound no good. Now the second rebound goes to Dixon. He'll send it over here to Smith. Smith brings it up. Jones puts up a three. That's way short. I don't know if it was blocked on the way up or it was partially blocked on the way up. And we have a blocking foul called. Jalen Smith picks up his first foul here. Edwards will go to the line, shooting a pair. First one's up and no good. A couple of subs coming in here for each team. Jones sits down for the Grizzlies. Smith will bring it up. 10-9 now. Heights leading the Grizzlies by 1. Brees Hall in the paint dishes it off. From the side, there's a 2-ball by Dixon. Javen Dixon gives them the lead. Nice job of defense this time by the Grizzlies. And there's a 2-pointer by Davis. He's got 5. Smith brings it up again. To Hall. Back to Smith. Hall puts it up. It misses. Rebounded by the Falcons. And we failed to mention when Jones sat down that Kamarian Thompson took his place, number 4. And we have a whistle and a stoppage of play here. And speak of the devil, Thompson gets called for the foul. That's the 3rd foul on Northwest here in the first period. Everything good?
That's good, Greg.
You all right? All right, say that again.
The basket was blocked by the scoreboard.
Oh. Oh, yeah, it is. We can fix that. If you'll permit me, I'll show you something. We're going to do a little repair work here. If you click on this, you can drag it.
Would it be the bottom one down there that we moved?
You want to bring it down here?
Yeah, but I think we grab right
Well,
there.
that should. I think you have to unpin it and then move. No, I should know this. Is that it? No. If you know it, if you know something I don't, feel free.
It would possibly be that lock.
Could be. 13-11 the score. And the 4th foul on the Grizzlies committed by Dixon. We may have to mess with that at halftime.
Okay.
Or maybe at the end of the quarter here we'll have a chance to do something. There's a long ball and a 3. By Davis gets a 3 ball. And it's 16-11. Biggest lead of the night for Heights. 5 points. Grizzlies don't want to get this out of range here. Jalen Smith puts up a ball that misses. Kind of in between range for him. And here comes Heights back with it. Smith almost stole it, almost fouled him too. Here's a 3 attempt. It's short. Rebounded by Smith, and here come the Grizzlies back. Brees Hall down there all by himself, and he missed the lay-in. Looks like he was fouled, though. Foul charged to Kigaroo of Heights. Hall will go to the line and shoot a pair here. First one's up and good. His first point of the night. Hall will take his second shot now. Hits up and rims out, no good. Dixon gets the rebound, though, and a chance for Northwest to cut into this lead just a little more. Smith has it now. Jalen Smith looking for some help. Puts it to Hall in the paint. Hall's going to go right back to the basket, put it up. It's short on the lay-in. And it's rebounded by Heights, and here come the Falcons back with it. 16-12, Grizzlies trail. And we have a whistle and a foul on Thompson. That'll be the 5th team foul already. That's Thompson's second foul. I'm sure he'll be taking a seat here shortly, if he hasn't already, and he already has. He got replaced there by Marquise Wilson, number 25, who's defending right there. And there's a ball thrown away but recovered nicely there by Heights. And a shot misses, gets his own rebound, does Mr. Profit. And finally, a putback by Dempsey gets it for two. 18-12 now. And we have a foul called. I don't know who the foul's on. Foul's charged on Kirkendall. Ball stays on the floor. Grizzlies with 5 fouls, Heights with 2. 45 seconds remaining in the quarter, and now we have another whistle. Jackson Pillage gets called for the personal, and that's 3 now on Heights, all in the last minute. Smith puts one up, and it's good for 2. Jalen Smith has 11. Grizzlies trail by 4. Smith led the Grizzlies the other night with 18. He's got 11 in the first quarter. We may need that pace to continue. You never know. And we have a whistle. Turnover. Dempsey called for a personal offensive foul. Again, with 7 seconds to go, we can get it down to 2 points here. Cups, nope, they couldn't get the shot off. So at the end of one, it's 18-14. Heights in the lead here at the end of the first quarter. Let's go to clips. Let's remove that one. Add a clip. Now we're going to have to go to documents. Data. No, I'm sorry, wrong data. My bad. That one. And scroll down to basketball, Northwest basketball. Better yet, scroll down to, go back again. Hit back again, go down to the one below it. Go down to scripts. 17. Advertising. Pick one. And when it comes up, launch it. We'll be back in just a moment. This is Grizzly basketball.
This isn't Madison Square Garden. These drills probably won't make anyone a #1 draft pick. But these players are practicing for something important. While they work on their jump shots, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, how to deal with wins and losses. Skills that will make them winners long after they leave the court. Support high school activities in your community, because when kids take part, they get set for life.
Back underway here at Northwest. The only thing you missed, folks, was Isaiah Hale nailing a three-pointer to make it 21-14. So they were leading by a touchdown. And a turnover here by Jones. And a dunk by Dempsey. And Dempsey has 4 points. 23-14. Grizzlies need to get it together here. They hung in there for most of the first quarter and had a chance to get it to 2. Smith puts it up. This time he misses, proving he is human. And a travel called on Edwards. In the game for the Grizzlies, Joey Duncan, number 50, has joined the crew. He's out there with Marquise Wilson, Brees Hall, Jalen Smith, and Jameer Cups. That's your lineup here to start the second quarter of action. And what a block that time by Marquise Wilson. He was all over that ball. Hall puts it in. Duncan puts it up and he gets 2. Joey Duncan gets on the scoreboard. The Grizzlies down by 7 here, 23-16. Heights trying to work the ball in. And we have a turnover. And it's Grizzlies basketball. And the Heights Falcons substituted in a player, and I missed it, so I can't tell you who it is. If I stood up, maybe I could see better. Cups over here to Hall, into Wilson, back out here to Cups now. Back into Wilson, back to Cups. Cups puts it up for 3. It's short. Rebound, though, nicely by Wilson. His is short. And the third time around, Cups gets the basket. That's his first 2 of the night. The lead cut to 5, but a foul called now at the opposite end. Foul's on Dixon. That's his second foul. It's a 2-shot shooting foul here. Dempsey's first one misses. He'll get another opportunity. Grizzlies getting themselves into a bit of a foul trouble situation here. They now have 6. Next one will put Heights in the bonus. And back into the game is Jaden Okon. Wilson loses the handle. Heights is right there to steal it. Here they come. Davis got that ball back and putting it up and scoring. Jaden Okon gets the basket. And it's an 8-point lead. Another turnover. The turnovers are killing us right now, folks. What a block there by Brees Hall. Unfortunately, Heights got it right back, but nice job. By the junior for Northwest. Heights working the ball around. Cups had a chance, couldn't quite connect. Here's a 3 chance, and it's good. Drained that one by Dante Edwards. He's got 6 now. And the lead is now 11. Duncan sends it over to Cups. Cups drives the basket, puts it up, misses. Gets his own rebound. He'll bring it back out. And he traveled with it. Another turnover for the Grizzlies. They trail by 11. 4:09 to go in the half. We're going to have a halftime guest, and I think it's going to be Joanna Chadwick. But we're not sure. Another block by Hall. Rebound misses. Hall gets that rebound. Loses the handle. Heights has it back. And a timeout called by Joe Auer for the Heights Falcons. We'll keep it right here. We're going to do a little bit of instructional stuff. Okay, go ahead and flip on video clips. Wipe that one. Remove that one. Go grab another one. Folks, we'll be back in just a minute. Doesn't matter. Just pick one. We'll be back.
Hey, great party.
Oh, thanks. Here you go. 1 hamburger, medium well.
This is well done.
No. That's medium well.
What? Are you calling me a liar? This thing is practically burned.
That's it. You're not going to come to my house and tell me how to cook a hamburger.
I don't grill it for you.
You wouldn't do it there.
Gotta be crazy.
So don't do it here. Sportsmanship. It's up to you.
Where the Grizzlies are down by 11. I see you figured that out. Good for you. Nice job. I kind of like it better down there anyway. And count the basket and a foul. Cups guilty of the foul. That's his first. It's the 7th team foul. They're in the bonus now the rest of the way as Heights for the rest of the half. And at the line is Isaiah Hale. And he finishes the three-point play. He's got 9. And the Grizzlies trail by 14. The second quarter is getting out of hand here. The turnovers have eaten the Grizzlies alive here. And you got to credit some of that to the defense of the Falcons, but they've played some great defense here in the second quarter. That one's up, rims in and out, no good. Duncan gets the rebound. He puts it up and loses it. And a dunk attempt misses. And that rebound goes to Cups. Smith under the basket. Thought about dunking it himself, but the ball got knocked out of play. It will stay with Northwest. Cups with it now. Tried to get it over to Jones, and it was intercepted. And yet another turnover and an easy lay-in that time. And now a timeout being taken by Northwest. The ones that say video on them, don't use those. I had problems with them before. So go ahead and remove that. And I don't care which one it is. We'll be back in just a moment. This is Grizzly basketball.
Basketball game being played on a Friday night in Kansas. In fact, it's a crash course in cooperation and teamwork. It's a test of dedication, determination, and drive. It's character development in action. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think about this. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students who participate in school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. At the same time, playing sports helps teach lessons not covered in the classroom. Lessons like tolerance, respect for the rules, and the importance of supporting your community. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Kansas State High School Activities Association and the Kansas Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Grizzlies trail 34-18. 2:15 remaining here in the second quarter. Smith finally puts one up way short. And it goes out of bounds. It will belong to the Falcons. Well, so far in this quarter, Heights is showing us why they're the number one ranked team in 5A. They've outscored the Grizzlies 16-4 in this quarter. There's a three-pointer. Boom, it's good. By Isaiah Hale. He has 12 points. Dixon puts it up off the glass. No good. We're not getting any second chances either. The rebounding is being won by Heights, and we're not keeping that stat here in the booth, but that three-pointer missed, and there's Smith getting the rebound finally, chasing it down. He'll bring it up himself. He puts up a three, and that misses. He had a hot hand from there at the beginning of the game, but it's gotten cold since. And now we have a turnover. Ball will belong to the Grizzlies. Right in front of the bench there, where you can see head coach Brian Chadwick sporting his Northwest gold colors. Gold and blue is what I meant to say. Brees Hall now brings it up. 1:08 to go. Second period. Dixon, good for two. He's got 4. We're down by 17, but if we can get a few of them back here before halftime, it'll sure give them something to fuel on here at the beginning of the third quarter. And there's a 3 ball, and that's good. Davis gets it for 3. He's got 11. And the Grizzlies now trail by 20. Jones puts one up. It's blocked. He puts it up again. He misses. And rebound to the Falcons. And here come the Falcons. They may play for 1 here. And then again, they may not. He goes up, and he's fouled. Trying to get the dunk was Kirkendall, and he got fouled in the process. It's Brees Hall guilty of the foul, and he's got 2 now. First one is good. Kirkendall knocks down his first point. You know, I could have sworn he scored earlier. But I could be in error. It happened once. When was that? And he makes them both. 42-20. 12 seconds to go, and the Grizzlies are going to need to regroup in the locker room at halftime. Three seconds now. 2, 1. Last chance. This is good. No. It doesn't go in, and that's the half. We are at halftime. Halftime score is 42-20. By any chance, do you have something clipped up? Let's run it. We'll be back in just a moment with our halftime guest, I hope. This is Grizzlies boys basketball.
This stage is nowhere near Broadway, and none of these actors will be accepting an Oscar anytime soon. Still, they are rehearsing for something important. While they learn their lines, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, that everyone has a part to play. Skills that will make them stars long after the curtain falls. The National Federation of State High School Associations reminds you that when kids take part in high school activities, they get set for life.
With Greg Darnell and Andrew Fisher, Kevin Arkin with you at Northwest High. We're at halftime, and the Grizzlies are on the bottom end of a rather lopsided second quarter, resulting in a 42-20 halftime score. And the Falcons showed what they're made of in the second quarter, and we did not help matters. We had a bunch of turnovers, and we did not count them in the second quarter. And that certainly contributed to some of our problems. Scoring leaders for Northwest, no surprise, Jalen Smith with 11. He did not score in the second quarter, by the way. Jameer Cups has 2. Dixon has 4. Hall has 1. Duncan has a pair. For Heights, Devin Davis has 11. Kirkendall has a pair. Isaiah Hale has a dozen. Ocon has 4. Edwards with 5. And Dempsey with 4. Nobody on Heights' squad has more than 1 foul. There are 3 guys with 3 of the Northwest players have 2 fouls each. They are Kamarian Thompson, Javen Dixon and Brees Hall, each with 2 fouls here in the first half. We're going to catch the Pommy show here and let you listen to it live. That's the Grizzly dance team with their halftime performance here. We're down by 22. We'll be back to talk about it some more here in just a moment. Stay with us. This is Grizzlies boys basketball.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Back at Northwest High. Not a lot going on here at halftime. The crowd has been taken out of the game by the Heights Falcons, who just literally, sure. Joanna Chadwick's going to come up here for a visit. I'm going to give her your headset. Whoops. Sorry about that. We're not going to put ourselves on camera. I'm assuming you don't have a problem with that.
I have no problem with that.
Joanna Chadwick, our guest here at halftime. And I have a hunch we're going to be talking to you a lot this year. For one thing, you're sitting 2 rows in front of us.
That is true. I need to maybe separate myself from you a little bit.
And you do have some close ties to the program. So I guess the first thing I'll ask, how's Blake doing?
Well, Blake should return. He's supposed to be cleared on the 20th from a fractured thumb, suffered in the very first game. So that was very disappointing for any freshman. But, you know, the positive thing about getting hurt right now is you have time to recuperate and get back into the game before we get back to it in January.
Exactly. The fact that this is the last game for 3 weeks, almost 3 weeks, will help him.
Definitely.
As opposed to having this happen in January.
Right
in the meat of the season.
Absolutely.
If you will. So, this Heights team is pretty salty.
They are, and you know, I don't know how close my stats are with yours. But
I'm sure yours are better than
well, I mean, there's no doubt that I cheer more than I ever used to, so my focus is not what it used to be. There's no doubt about it. But there is no doubt that they shot incredibly well, including I had them at 7 of 10 from 3 and shooting 14 of 26 from the field. I hope that's somewhere around yours. But when you play a team that shoots that incredibly well, including like 8 of 12 in the second quarter, it's really hard to beat a team like that.
Yeah. And you've got more stats than I can take in calling it. I have a hard enough time keeping a track of points and fouls.
I understand,
and
totally.
If I can do that, I'm good. And I guess I'm going to ask you this, if you know off the top of your head, because you didn't bring your book up here, but we were talking about turnovers in the second quarter. It seemed to me like we had an awful lot of turnovers.
There was a span where we had like 4 straight turnovers, and they turned them into points. And that is that's a killer, and I think Coach called the timeout at that point, trying to get them under control, because the game all of a sudden went from 6 points or so, bam, it's 34-18, and we have a problem.
Yeah.
And the thing is, you get down to a team like this, they're too good.
It's going to be very, very difficult for the Grizzlies to come back. And, they hung in there in the first quarter.
Well, Jalen Smith shot really well. He had his first three-pointers.
Exactly.
That was huge.
But he had 11 points in the first quarter and none in the second quarter.
But whereas we shoot 3 of 7 from 3 in the first quarter, we shoot 0 of 4 in the second quarter.
Yeah.
And that's tough. But this team, Heights is so long that you make that pass that you can make against other teams, pretty much any other team, and you're able to connect with them, whereas they've got their arms out wide. And I think we've handled it okay inside defensively. I think our interior defense has definitely improved through the course of the first few games this year.
I think so too, and they did so well against Carroll and Capon over the weekend.
That was so exciting to see for a program that last year lost like 5 of 6 games either by 1 point or in overtime. I mean, that was devastating. For us to finally get that sort of a win over Capon, a close game to win in overtime, this program needed that because they've been so close. They've been there. And
so this Joanna is reiterating what I said earlier in the game.
Sorry.
If you have not seen the Capon game yet, go find
You need to watch it. It was so exciting. It was so exciting.
It was, especially the second half. Gosh,
definitely.
It was a great game to watch. A great event to be at.
I agree. And the good thing about the Carroll game too, that I thought showed a lot about the grit that that Northwest has, is that they're able to they fell behind and they were able to come back and they win by like 11 points. Yeah. And to me, that's a really good sign for what we can do. I don't want anyone to focus on this game and just be like, oh my God, we're done. No, this is a good Heights team. We're quick.
Number 1 ranked in 5A is my understanding.
I think deservedly so.
And I think so, based on what I've seen, they're tall, they're big, they're fast.
And they can hit the 3.
They hit the 3 and they can handle the ball.
Yeah.
So they're doing everything right in the first half. So
I look at where we go from here, and I mean, we still have a half where we can get back into it. But I love where this program is. I mean, I'm no coach. I'm just the coach's wife now. That's all I am.
I understand. Do you ever critique the coach at home after the game?
Heck no. There was one time during one of our kids' games where I looked at him. He all of a sudden had our guards playing underneath. And we were winning by like 30. And I looked at him like, coach is kind of switching things up. He just looked at me. I'm like, all right, we won't talk about it.
Yeah.
You know what? He never, ever questioned anything I did when I wrote for the Wichita Eagle.
Yeah.
So I've learned to just, he knows a heck of a lot more than I do.
That's the way I look at it, too, I'll come up here and I'll make my noise, but no.
Well, it's just like I know the game, but like if I ever coached the boys in their games, I can't make adjustments. Whereas he sees something and boom, he's got the adjustment made.
Exactly.
That's a gift.
Well, we'll see what happens here in the second half. And let's make it respectable.
That's
if you can't
right.
win it, let's make it respectable.
And thank you so much for doing this. We so appreciate you. It's amazing.
It's my pleasure. It's fun. I appreciate you coming up here
All right.
and visiting.
You take care,
Always
Kevin.
good to see you. Joanna Chadwick, our halftime guest for what I expect will be many times before the season is over. If nothing else, she gives us great stats. So we are underway here, and we already have a whistle and a foul here in the third quarter. Edwards guilty of his first personal. And Dixon scores. Get the first points of the third quarter. You okay there, buddy?
Mm-hmm.
We kind of messed up Andrew's housekeeping here when we had Joanna up. Dixon gets the rebound after the miss, and Grizzlies with a chance to chip away a little bit at this lead. Smith scores. He has not scored since the first quarter. He's got 13 now. And there's a 3-ball that misses by Heights. They get their own rebound, however, and putting it up and missing is Edwards. Again, Heights gets the rebound. Misses the third time. They get a fourth shot, and a foul is going to be called this time on Javen Dixon. And that's his third foul. And it will send Dante Edwards to the line to shoot a pair. He misses the first one. Grizzlies in a big hole here. They're down by 18. They were down by 22 at half. Makes 1 out of 2, does Edwards. And he has 7 points. There's one that bounces off. Nice try that time by Smith. He's really gotten cold since the first quarter. His counterpart puts up a 3 ball. That misses and rebounded there by Smith. He sends it over here to Hall. Hall drops one. Nice layup. And Hall has his first 2 of the second half and 3 overall. We need to get Hall in the scoring column a little bit more, I think. It'd certainly be helpful. There's a 3, and that's good. Nothing but net by Hale. Hale with 15 now. And the lead is 20 again. And a turnover. Again, the turnovers are killers, folks. When you're playing a good team. It was an ill-advised pass that time. Now we have a foul called. It's on Zion Jones. That's his first non-shooting foul, I believe. Second foul of the half for Northwest. 5:56 to go. Grizzlies trailing by 20. Now they've called a foul on Brees Hall. No. I don't know. Oh, this foul's on Edwards of Heights. That's his second. They must have called fouls on both players. Not sure what was going on there. I kind of lost that one. Prophet with the ball. Around the horn it goes. And Prophet drives the paint, goes up, doesn't get the basket, but he does draw the foul. He'll go to the line to shoot a pair here. Jameer Cups charged with the personal. That's his second. 4th team foul of the second half for the Grizzlies. First one is up and good by Prophet. That's his first point of the night. Second one also good. He's got a pair. The lead is 22 again. I'm not exactly sure what's going on here, but say that again.
I think he warns the coach to stop or else he gets it.
Coach got a bench warning. Thank you, Mr. Darnell, for filling me in on what I missed. Here come the Grizzlies. Oh, Brees Hall had a breakaway. And what a play by Curtis Prophet to knock the ball out of bounds and prevent the lay-in. Edwards comes back in for Heights. Smith will inbound. And this one comes all the way out to Jones. And before that happens, a timeout is taken by the Grizzlies. We're going to go ahead and take one with them. Stay with us. We'll be back in just a moment. This is Wichita Northwest Grizzlies boys basketball.
Just a reminder, kids who participate in high school activities tend to go a little farther than those who don't. Take part. Get set for life.
Back at Northwest, and just in time to see the Grizzlies score. Was that Dixon that scored that?
Yes. 2-point.
Dixon gets a 2-pointer for his 6th point. Prophet sends one out of play. Is that going to be a turnover? It is. Threw it away. And the Grizzlies with a chance to chip into that lead one more time. They've been playing them even in this quarter. Smith at the foul free throw line. Jones puts one up. It bounces out, no good. Rebound here by Davis for Heights. He brings it all the way down. Heights will set it up. Double teamed in the corner, having a hard time getting rid of it, but he's able to do so. Nice defense by the Grizzlies that time. Prophet taking the air out of the ball for a bit. Killing some clock. Edwards. Top of the key with it. Looking for some help. Gets it in the form of Devin Davis. Back out to Davis. Davis drives the paint. Puts one up. Off the glass, no good. Rebound to the Falcons. And Edwards gets it and scores. And he has 9. And Smith throws one away. Here come the Falcons back with it, and a foul called. No, what are they calling? A foul or a turnover?
Kickball violation, I believe.
Oh. Can't use the feet in this game. Grizzlies trail 50-28. 3:27 remaining here in the third. And Brees Hall throws one away. Heights with it. And a 3-pointer in the air off the rim, no good. And off the backboard, it will turn over and belong to the Grizzlies. This is our last game of the calendar year. We will not be back with you until January the 2nd when East High comes in to Northwest. There's a 3-ball by Dixon. Messed that up. I don't like those pencils.
Isaiah Hale answers with his own 3.
18 points for that young man. Dixon's miss. Rebounded by Davis. Edwards puts it up, misses. Rebounded by Dixon, but he throws it away. And it will belong to Heights High.
Joey Duckett back in. Kurt Crawford in. Mary Tuck's back in.
You know what I'm going to do? For the next 2 minutes, you're going to do it. I'm going to turn my mic off.
Okay. Wilson gets fouled on the layup. Shooting 2. Foul is on Jalen Smith. His second. His first shot goes in. 23-point lead.
Jackson Phillips in for Heights.
Pillage just came in for the Falcons.
Second shot bounces off the rim. Brees Hall has the ball at the top. Smith with the ball. Out to Jones. Jones' shot bounces out. Duncan gets the rebound but throws it away. Isaiah Hale with the Euro step. Way up is not good. Jalen Smith has the ball now. Gets fouled, but shot does not go in.
Smith will go to the line and shoot a pair here. Oh, roster. I got them right here, too. Want to use paper.
Smith away. The free throw goes through the net clean. It appears as if Jane Oken came into the game for Edwards. Smith's second free throw goes in. Prophet has the ball. Pass to Oken. Davis shoots a shot. It's good for two. Smith with the ball gets fouled. Does not make the second shot.
On the floor for the Grizzlies besides Smith is Dixon, Thompson, Duncan, and Cups.
First shot is good. But the ref seems to be talking to Smith. Not sure what for.
I'm not sure what that's for either. They're both smiling, though, so it can't be that bad.
Second shot bounces out. Knocked out of bounds by Heights on the rebound attempt. Northwest ball. Cups has the ball at the three. Passes it out to Smith. Cups shoots the ball, misses. Rebound Duncan. Out to Cups. Cups with the three, barely bounces out.
Well, they can't buy a basket now.
Out of bounds on Heights. Northwest ball on the baseline.
I think they've called a foul here. They did. They called a foul on Okan.
Brees Hall has came in for Joey Duncan. Brees Hall with the ball. The three passes it out to Smith. Smith to Nixon with the three-point shot is not good. Heights with the two-point layup.
Pillage gets his first 2 points of the night. You ready for one of these?
Ball goes in.
Oh,
Rebounded
nice
by Cups.
steal.
Cups does not get the shot off in time.
Take him to commercial.
National studies show that students who participate in activities like music, sports, and drama not only have better grades and attendance, but they develop the character to handle adversity, the grace to accept defeat, and the self-confidence to start over. Take part. Get set for life.
And we're back here at Northwest High getting ready for the fourth quarter. Grizzlies trail by 24 after 3. 58-34 the score. Been all Heights since the end of the first quarter. The second quarter was just a killer, and the third quarter, not a whole heck of a lot different. Grizzlies got 14 in the third quarter and 28 for Heights in the third quarter. So 28-14. They lost the third quarter by 2 touchdowns. But we're glad you're staying with us. Let's get these guys playing some good basketball here in the fourth quarter to give them something to build on here for the game against East in 2 weeks. Edwards with the ball, driving underneath the basket, puts it up, blocked, but he gets it in anyway. Dante Edwards. He has 11 points. Dixon over to Cups, now back out here to the top of the key to Smith. Into the paint to Hall. Hall turns around, has a man on him, puts it up, misses, and the rebound to Edwards, and here comes Heights right back with it. "20-foot jump shot misses. Prophet gets the ball back for Heights, and what do we have here? We have a whistle and a timeout being taken by the Heights Falcons. And sure, we'll take one with them. We'll be right back. This is Northwest Grizzlies boys basketball.
National studies show that students who participate in activities like music, sports, and drama not only have better grades and attendance, but they develop the character to handle adversity, the grace to accept defeat, and the self-confidence to start over. Take part. Get set for life.
Back at Northwest High with our producer, engineer, Greg Darnell, and Andrew Fisher. I'm Kevin Arkin. Thanks for joining us. Fourth quarter action underway here. We've got 6:50 to go. Grizzlies down by a bunch, 60-34. Smith has the ball. Cups now takes it from him. Cups being marked by Prophet and throws one over the head of Thompson, and it's intercepted by Edwards, and here comes Heights back with it. Oh, and a rare errant pass by the Falcons here. And we have a foul called. I believe that'll be on Isaiah Hale. It is. That's his first. Nobody in real foul trouble in this game. Dixon has 3. He's the only one in either team with 3 fouls. Quick inbound and back underway. The Falcons have 6 fouls. The Grizzlies have 5 here in the second half. Jordan Trotter in the game for the Grizzlies, number 15. He must have come in when we weren't looking. And here comes Edwards with it. And he's going to get a blocking foul called on Tamarian Thompson. So now we have 2 players with 3. Into the paint it goes. Edwards up, and it's good. Dempsey, excuse me, not Edwards. Dempsey with 7 points now. There's a long bomb by Smith. We haven't seen that since the first quarter, and that gives him 18 points. So he's having another good shooting night, although he took the Schneider in the second quarter. You know what a Schneider is?
No, I do not.
Goose egg. Means you got shut out. If you play gin rummy and your opponent wins and you don't score any points, you got Schneider. The learning never stops here, does it? Dixon's at the line to shoot a couple. Davis just got nailed with his first personal. And this. It's a 1-and-1, not a 2-shotter, excuse me. As Grizzlies in the bonus here. First one rattles in and out, no good. Ball's out of bounds. It will stay with Northwest, as it was last touched out of bounds by Jaden Ocon. And Brees Hall takes the inbound pass, shoots it, and misses. We have missed some easy shots tonight. And it looks like we're going to get a basket and a foul. Basket is good for Devin Davis. Give him 14. And he misses the free throw. And here come the Grizzlies back. Thompson puts one up for 3, in and out. Rebounded by Heights. Profit has it. He's done some rebounding tonight. Heights has really gotten the defensive glass taken care of here this evening. And some of that may have to do with height. No pun intended. 64-37. Falcons lead. 4:40 to go. And now we have a whistle. Jalen Smith called for the personal. And that'll put Edwards at the line, shooting a 1-and-1. Both teams in the bonus now. First one's good. He's got a dozen. And the second one misses. Rebounded there by Jones. Here comes Northwest back with it now. Jones sends it across to Jalen Smith. Smith puts up a 3-ball. Good. Smith with 21. I think that's the season high for him. Albeit in a losing cause, as they're down by a bundle. Trailing by 25. There's a chance for the Grizzlies. I thought he threw it away, but evidently it was deflected. And the crowd does not like the call. Yeah. Brian Chadwick is asking about it. Another whistle. Devin Davis called for the foul. And here come the Grizzlies back with it. Davis stole the ball and couldn't control it. Tried to bounce it off of Jones out of bounds, but that didn't work. It will belong to the Grizzlies. Brees Hall sends it into Smith from the free throw line. Good. Jalen Smith with 23. We want to thank Joanna Chadwick for joining us at halftime. Always fun to visit with her, whether we're talking basketball or something else. Today it was basketball. Quite honestly, I prefer it when it's something else.
Jump ball go Northwest ball.
Northwest will inbound here. All the starters in the game for Northwest. There's one that was partially blocked. Edwards brings it back for Heights. Gets around a double team. Yes, he does. Nice play there by Edwards to get around them. It's a good team, a well-coached team with a lot of talent. Falcons. And we give our credit to Joe Auer for getting him prepared. He's got a lot to work with. Ocon gets a pair. He's got 6 now. Jones driving it. Dishes it off to Thompson. Back to Smith. Smith for 3. It's good. And a timeout on the floor. Taken by Northwest. Let's take one with them, shall we? We'll be back in just a moment. This is Wichita Northwest Grizzlies boys basketball.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Back at Northwest, we were just observing.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports.
Halftime was 22 points. The margin now is 22 points. So Northwest has hung in there with this Falcons squad throughout the second half. It's been up and down, but it has not been a total runaway here in the second half by any means, and they can certainly hang their hat on that. Jalen Smith is just knocking them all over. He's got 26. Dixon has 11, and that's it. I mean, for scoring, that's just about it. Heights moving it around, and I wouldn't be a bit surprised if Joe Auers told him to take some air out of the ball. Here's a 22-footer. Misses. Putback's good by Bobbitt, and that's his first 2 points of the game.
Trotter with the 3 from down low.
Jordan Trotter gets on the scoreboard by popping a 3 ball. 69-48, 1:45 to go. Grizzlies are going to go to 2-3 after tonight. But given their rather abysmal start in their first 2 games, it could be much worse. Because they sure showed they can play with you over this past weekend. And getting the ball out of bounds, Lincoln Phillips, number 20, who's in the game. I guess I ought to reset this lineup. Trotter, Thompson, Duncan, Jones, and the aforementioned Lincoln Phillips on the floor now for the Grizzlies as they wind this one down. Three ball, good by Lincoln Phillips. He's on the board. 69-51. 1 minute to go. And now we have a whistle and a foul. I believe it's going to be on Thompson. It is. And that is his 4th. I'm sorry, yeah, it is his 4th. Phillips at the line to shoot 1-and-1. First one misses. Rebound goes up, and it's good. I didn't see who got that.
I believe that was
it Florence?
Sam Kirguru.
Kiguru?
Number 22, yeah.
Kiguru. Whoops, that's only 2 of them, Kevin. 71-51. Hard to believe that we've outscored them in the second half, but we have. At least to this point. 20 seconds to go now. And Heights may just be content to finish this off by passing it out. 5 seconds to go. This is going to do it, folks. It's going to be a 20-point win. And it is. Your final score tonight, 71-51. Heights takes it from your Grizzlies. We'll come back to wrap this up in just a minute. Stay with us. This is Wichita Northwest Grizzlies boys basketball.
This isn't Madison Square Garden. These drills probably won't make anyone a number 1 draft pick. But these players are practicing for something important. While they work on their jump shots, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, how to deal with wins and losses. Skills that will make them winners long after they leave the court. Support high school activities in your community, because when kids take part, they get set for life.
Real smart, though. With Greg Darnell, Andrew Fisher, I'm Kevin Arkin, back at Northwest High, where the Grizzlies drop one tonight by 20 to the number 1 team in 5A, the Heights Falcons, 71-51, the final. And Andrew, you know, you think back about the big lead they had at halftime. We talked about it at the end of the game. We outscored them in the second half.
By 2 points.
There's something to be said for the fact that they hung in there and they kept playing hard. I know that I know Coach Chadwick is going to be disappointed at the result, but at the same time, I think there's things on this game he's going to be able to build on, especially the way they played here in the fourth quarter when they came back and hung in when the issue was obviously no longer in doubt. So we'll give you a scoring recap here real quick. We didn't add them up, but probably should have. Curtis Profit for Heights had a pair. With 14, Devin Davis. Bobbin had a pair. Kirkendall had a pair. 16 for Hale. 8 for Ocon. 2 for Pillage. 2 for Kiguru. 9 and 3 is 12 for Edwards. And 5 and 2 is 7 for Dempsey to round out their scoring. Leading scorer in the game was Jalen Smith with 26. And that's with a scoreless second quarter. He had 11 in the first quarter, scoreless in the second, all the rest here in the second half. Jameer Cups only had a pair tonight. Dixon with 11. Trotter had a 3-ball. Phillips had a 3-ball. Brees Hall with 3 points total, and Joey Duncan had a pair. So that rounds out your scoring for both the teams. Our next webcast is also the Grizzlies' next game. It's here at home. It will be on January the 2nd. They have 2 weeks off here for Christmas break. No more games until January 2nd. We will be on the air on January 2nd at 7:15 with the coaches' countdown to a kickoff show. And that'll be followed immediately by the kickoff. Andrew and Greg will both be here as well. And kudos to both of them. Greg was on camera all night, did a great job. Andrew on the board all night, did a great job, and even had the headset on and said a few syllables during the webcast. And on January 2nd, those positions will be reversed. So Greg will get the opportunity to be the big chatterbox on January the 2nd. Thank you all again for watching. We thank you for your support. Love to have any comments that you have. Please consider your financial support of this team by advertising on the webcast. Again, you can call me at 734-0057 for more information on that, or email me at redcard, R-E-D-C-A-R-D, redcard@cox.net, and leave me your phone number. I will get back to you as quickly as possible. So until we see you again, we'll wish you all a very Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year, the best of holiday seasons, and hoping you get to spend all of it with your family and friends and enjoy the company of both. For Andrew and for Greg, I'm Kevin Arkin, and once again, the Grizzlies fall tonight, 71-51. We'll see you next year. Until then, good night, everybody.